Hi everyone, Dharpsykord. Thank you for joining me again today. So, just continuing our conversation on microphones, and I hope to put everything to an end today. But if you have any questions about microphones, you can send them to me, and I'll be happy to reply you and explain things. So, we've done different things about microphone. I've told you the different types of microphones: condenser microphones, dynamic microphones, ribbon microphones, and there's another microphone I didn't mention, but I'm sure that most musicians will be very familiar with this one. It's called piezoelectric. If you've seen a guitar before, well, electric guitars, there's a mic where the guitarist is playing or the guitar player is playing. So it's a mic, and it's a form of microphone called piezoelectric microphone. If you've been to a stage play before, there are some other microphones they use for stage play, and it's called a boundary microphone. Well, which can also be used for a kick drum. But for the sake of this discussion, for the sake of the singers, artists, and what have you, I'm just going to be narrowing the discussion to condenser microphones, dynamic microphones, and, well, hopefully ribbon microphones. So now, tying it up, where we stopped was we were talking about different microphone patterns, and I talked about cardioid patterns. I talked about bidirectional pattern. I talked about the omnidirectional pattern. I'm sure you remember very well, right? So, if you're working with a mic in the studio, most of the time, as a singer, you need the cardioid pattern to actually capture everything you're saying or singing. And if you're on stage, you're using the dynamic mic, you also need, it's most likely going to be a cardioid pattern to get everything you're going to say. And by cardioid pattern, from cardiology, is just the shape of the heart. So now I'm going to show this to you. So some of the things that is very wrong to actually get done on stage when you're performing is to try and hit the mic on the head when you're performing. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but you need to know that there's a magnet here, and when you hit the magnet, when you hit the top of the microphone, the magnet actually gets the reaction. It goes beyond tapping the head of the mic. It actually gets to the magnet. Do you get it? So it's actually a very wrong habit to want to test your microphone and tap the microphone on the head. And when you're performing, there are going to be times when you want to sing out loud or push out notes as a singer, whether in the studio or on stage. What you need to know is that you need to push the mic away, or just, like this or like this, whatever works for you. But make sure that when you are interacting, you're clear enough. At any point in time, what we want to avoid is to make sure that we are getting distortion in the recording. You don't want distortion in your recording. You don't want distortion to get to your devices in the studio. Do you understand? And some other things is, let me show you. This is the very famous Shure SM57. I'm sure some of you have seen this mic before, and this will be very good for drummers, for percussions, for maybe for some other instruments. Well, vocals. It has been known to track some vocals, but I actually prefer this for snare drums, for percussions, and maybe saxophone if there is no other microphone around to do that. So these are some of the things you need to get familiar with to make sure that by the time you get into the studio or on stage to record, you need to know what works for which, because these are some of the things that is going to help us to get the best out of what we're doing when we're performing. So when you have the mic on stage, think about the lines that you want to sing. Most of the time, don't get on stage without running through what you want to perform in your mind. I try to encourage singers a lot that get to know your material before you get on stage to sing. Try and have like a performance in your head before you actually have the performance on stage. It's going to help not just your interaction with your mic, it's going to help how you convey the emotions in the lyrics of the song. So by the time you know that, okay, I'm going to get to this point in the music and I need to convey a certain type of emotion, maybe where I need to belt out notes, or I need to maybe shout or growl or whatever it is, as the case may be, then you know how to interact with the mic, whether you're in the studio or in the stage, and you know how to express the emotion as expected. So let me stop here for today. I think we've done justice to the subject of microphones. If you need to check some other videos, you can check my page for some other videos that we've uploaded on the topic of microphones. And if there is anything we've said so far that you think I've not touched, then you can ask me questions about it, and then we can come back and discuss the issue of microphones. Like I said in the last video, microphone is the beginning, is at the input stage of everything we are doing as performers and as singers. So we need to understand how to interact with the microphone to get the best result always. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. And that's it.